Alright, so I came up with this paper menorah idea after looking at a few ideas online, and I was asked by a friend to please send her the directions, and since writing out the directions for this thing would take me forever, I'm going to share that with you all here. Go ahead and start by making sure we have glue, scissors, and a lovely selection of construction paper colors. We're going to start with the base, and I'm going to pick the color orange as my menorah, and I'm going to start by taking this piece of paper and folding it in half and making a crease, because I need my base to be fairly sturdy. So I'm going to double up my paper and allow this whole thing to be my base. Taking the glue, I'm going to go ahead and add and put these two pieces together. So go ahead, grab your glue, and let's just go ahead and smash those two parts together. All right. I'll get better at making these videos. Anyway, all right, now that we have this piece of paper, we're going to fold it in half again. And now we're going to open it up and we're going to make it like a bird. And I'm going to bring the tip of one wing in towards the middle. Like so. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And you want to make sure that you line up these edges so that things are nice and even. We open it up. And we have either a W or an M. All right, now what we want to do is we want to glue this part together. So we're going to glue here. My glue is giving me problems. All right. And you don't need to use a lot of glue, just enough that when you smush it in, it's going to hold. Now, the nature of Elmer's glue is you do need to be patient with it long enough for it to start to goop up. So just keep kind of pressing and pushing down on that. And then once we have that done, we have what is essentially our menorah base. So to decorate the base, something I've found is kind of fun. We can go ahead and fold this back over again. And then using our scissors, we're going to cut out just... I'm not going to make anything super difficult. I'm going to go ahead and just do like a bit of a cloud pattern here. Going back and forth and doing sort of a zigzag or a wavy pattern. Those are all excellent ideas as well. This is, again, just a way of kind of adding a little flair to the base of our menorah. So, oh, see, you got to make sure that... All right, I'm gonna fold that over again, give it a nice pinch, and now there's the base of our menorah. All right. Now, in a kosher menorah, all 8 candles that we light for Chanukah have to be at the same height, with exception to one, and that's the 9th candle we use to light the other candles on the menorah, and that's called the shamash. And the shamash needs to be a little higher than the other 8. So I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of yellow construction paper, and not taking a whole lot off, maybe just about an inch, inch and a half. I'm going to cut a piece of my construction paper so that I end up with something that's about this size. We're going to fold it in half, glue them together again. Maybe. I gotta get this glue to work. Come on, glue! Every bottle of glue I've picked up today just does not squeeze out. I guess 'tis the nature of Elmer's. Anyway, alright. Then we're going to pinch those pieces together so it's a single piece again. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut, and we're going to make essentially a little pair of pants. See that? A little pair of pants. Alright. Now we're going to take our little pair of pants and we're going to put him onto our menorah base like so. Alright, and now we want to make sure that we take our glue and we're going to glue our feet onto our menorah. Alright. And then do the same to the other side. And this should hopefully give us a decent base for our shamash. We look like we're in the middle there. Try and keep that nice and even. And it feels a little on the wobbly side, and it's a little tall, so I'm just going to trim off the top here. Alright, there we go. So as we can see, we have this one little spot that's going to be slightly higher than the rest of our menorah, and that's where our shamash candle is going to go. We use a marker. We don't need to overcomplicate this and stress ourselves out trying to roll paper. But in order to get an even number of similar sized pieces of paper, we're going to go ahead and fold this a few times. We're going to do it burrito. And fold those together so that we have, when we open it up, 3 sections. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're just going to cut along those 2 seams that we just created by folding our paper up the burrito method. Alright. And it's okay if they're not perfectly the same. Like I was telling my students earlier today, do Hanukkah candles melt at the same rate, or do some of them go faster than others? The truth is, some of them go faster than others. All right, now that we have our 3 pieces of paper cut, we're going to put them all together, and we're going to burrito this skinny thing again. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and once more cut on the seams of our lines, and this is going to give us 9 little squares in which to make our Hanukkah candles. All right, now making the candles is, it's fun. Okay, so we're going to take our marker paper, and using the roundness of the marker, we want to wrap our paper around that marker and try to make it as tight as you can. And as soon as we get that in there, we're going to take our glue again. Hopefully you have better glue. My kids were using glue sticks earlier, and I think the glue sticks were way more effective. Again, we have to be patient with putting these together if you are using Elmer's glue, because Elmer's glue does not like to just stick immediately. You have to give it some time to get goopy. So generally you got to hold on to this, keep pressing it for about probably 20 seconds each. All right. And that is nice and stick, but we got ourselves a little tube. Here's a little 1 candlestick. All right. And while that guy is going, go ahead and do the exact same thing to your other 8 squares of paper. Okay, All right, so now we have our 9 candlesticks. Now what we need to do is make little lights for those candles. I'm going to take this piece of yellow paper and I'm going to fold it in half again. And I'm going to fold it in half again. And then one more time for good measure. All right, and now we're going to fold it in half this way. And I have a part in here that's a little messed up, so I'm going to cut off the section that I don't need. All right, now I'm going to cut the shape of a flame into the paper, the folded paper, and this will give me a whole bunch of little flames that are all doubled up and such. So now I can take these little flames and cut them in half. We have our little flame and we have our candle. So now what we're going to do is we want to make sure that this flame is going to fit inside of our candle stick. And we're going to put another little dab of glue right on the tip up in there. And we're going to stick our little flame inside of our candlestick. All right. And then we have our candle. And we're going to just do that until we get all of our candles filled. Okay. Now, in order to put our candles onto our menorah, we need to put a little slit. So we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut. We want to fold and make sure we do this on both sides. We're going to cut a slit, not much, right in the middle. And that is how we will put our candle onto our menorah. So here's one candle, and we'll do that with all the rest of them. We have our little paper Hanukkah menorah. And what I really like about this project is it's perfect for little kids that are still too young to be able to light the Hanukkah candles. But we can take each one of them off and have them ready so that upon each of the nights of Hanukkah, when the dad or man of the house goes to light the menorah, the young ones can join him in having their little shamash, and they can light their candle, and with each day add another candlestick until all 8 nights have been lit up. That is my hopefully not so long tutorial on how to make a paper Hanukkah menorah using construction paper, glue, and scissors. I hope you enjoy, and I hope that you have fun with this project with your kids.